r/relationships. Capital specific 6856 says, my 29 female, BF 31 male, accidentally called me with his late GF's name and then went in another room to cry. Me 29 female and my BF, Johan 31 male, have been together for a bit over 2 years. So far our relationship has been pretty good. Before dating me, Johan had one long relationship with Claire. They started dating when they were 13. Claire passed away when they were 26. I know about it because Johan told me about it shortly after we started seeing each other. He told me that while he was trying to move on, he could not completely erase the memories of Claire from his life, but that he would have understood if I didn't want to keep seeing him. It didn't bother me, so we kept seeing each other. Johan is amazing, for lack of better words. He is funny, kind, he makes the effort of remembering everything I like and listen to me, even when I blather nonsense, which happen from time to time, especially when I'm irritated. Yesterday we were watching a movie, chilling and laughing together. We were talking about visiting his hometown in August, and he was telling me about this cookie shop in front of his mother's house. I told him I would like to visit this place, and he told me, I will be sure to bring you there, Claire. It took him a second to realize it, but then he stopped smiling and apologized. I told him it wasn't a problem, but he said he needed a moment alone, and went in another room, and locked the door. I heard him sobbing, and when he came back it was clear he had cried. I tried asking him about it, but he immediately recomposed himself and continued talking about his hometown as if nothing happened. I didn't know what to say, so I simply kept quiet, and after a bit we were talking normally, and he was smiling and laughing again. Should I have said something? How should I react if something like that happens again? I don't want to say something wrong and hurt him in some way. Too long. Didn't read. My BF of 2 years accidentally called me with his late GF's name and then went in another room to cry. Came back and acted as if nothing. No_contribution 9890 says, wow. It sounds like he's still grieving her. I mean death is a lifetime worth of grief, but yeah. I would ask him what he would like from you and if he needs space ECT or needs to think about things. You can also ask him about her and how she was keeping the memory alive now. I'm not entirely sure cause I have never been in this situation before, but grief can consume one for a long time. I lost my mom and I still cry about her and I miss her a lot. I also get angry about how things played out and how people treated her. I don't know. It just stays with me. Spicy_poo says, the best you can do is give him a big long hug and try to empathize and just say something simple like I'm here for you and I love you. Blazing_panda says, when you think about it, it's the same as if any loved one died that you were close to, even a best friend. I usually find that when people have a moment of crying over a loved one who has passed away years ago, they usually don't want to be comforted, they just want to release the emotion and move on. If they really want to say something to you about something like a memory they had of them, then they will tell you on their own. Also a simple I'm here if you need me is okay. Most times they will just say I'm okay, I just need a minute. Serious_telephone_28 says, hugging him would be nice. Just a hug, no words. Ethereal Spear says, poor guy. You seem like a well-matched couple and I love how understanding you are. Parsenic says, I was talking to my girlfriend's mother and referred to my girlfriend by my first wife's name, and I was very embarrassed, but her mother told me that it was okay, you were with her for a long time. Another time, after Karen and I were married, I was talking to someone about Anne's, my first wife, oops, and my upcoming trip to Pittsburgh, Anne's hometown. From behind, Karen nearly busted my eardrum, she slapped me so hard. I guess that, since I was talking about Pittsburgh, I made the association with Anne. I guess not everyone is so forgiving. Babymonster09 says, this has been such a wholesome thread. I love it. Crackalacking says, don't make it about you. Just be there for him. It's probably what he needs right now. Tanavil8994 says, you just seem kind and considerate of his feelings. Keep it up, BB. And sending a hug your way. Jane Orr says, I had researched this once. I have 2 daughters and 3 dogs. I never get the names right. Ever. It was really making me mad at myself. So, maybe he can research it too. It's some part of the brain that stores names of people you care about, and they can jumble. So if he could understand his brain, maybe he could feel better. He must really care about you as well. Newman1313 says, lost the love of my life at 32, I was 34. We had a son together. She did not take very good care of herself, and covered was not kind. It's a bit more complicated. Technically we split before she passed, but it was not entirely mutual. I was hoping she would get some help if I stopped enabling her. My current and I were casual when my son and I found out, and we are still going through the steps some days. It has not been easy for any of us, but since you would be in my so's perspective, you should know that sticking with us through the loss, funeral, counseling, everything that came with it is paying off. We are getting married, and she is everything to me. It was not a short road or an easy one, but it can be worth it. He probably needs someone to talk to help him sort out all his feelings. r/relationships. Cat6575 says, a 24W pregnant me 21 female, found out husband 22 male, secretly had a man over for a jobuddy experience. I married this man in January of 2022. I've known him for about 7 years. We were high school sweethearts. I had issues with staying loyal at first, because I was a stupid teenager at the time, and was trying to figure out what I wanted in a relationship. I ended up with him, we got married, and I really love him. He got me saved, and is a Baptist Christian, won't drink, doesn't like gay people, that kind. I don't have those exact same values, but whatever. We bought a house, and closed on it June 11th. Moved in the 14th. Everything was going great. Absolutely wonderful. I did most of the cooking, we did fun things together, etc. I even sold my expensive 30A Miata for a family vehicle to make bills easier. On to more relevant info to the situation. We both work weekends, but I work a graveyard day shift 3/12s and make pretty good money, $25/HR, and he is a pizza driver trying to get a software development job. I work 6 AM to 6:30 PM, and he works 5:30 PM to about 1 AM depending on if he closes or not. Anyways, I came home to the couch, being made up nicer than usual. He was acting different than usual on the phone. We talk when he's driving sometimes. I had a weird gut feeling. It was a plain as day feeling. I went on his computer and looked into browser history for the first time. I saw Discord being accessed online, and that was weird to me because he has the application for his computer, so I go there. There's a saved password and I'm in. Completely different account. Right away there's a chat with porn being sent from the other person and both of them setting up a date to meet. They met at a 7 to 11, then the other person asked to come up. There was another message about an hour later from husband saying fun time. I'll let you know when to stop by again. But that was my first time doing that, so IDK how I feel about it. I cried. A lot. I definitely knew this was a man, and that they came over to do something together. Something gay. Even though he said he hated gays. And has also married. I cried on the phone, screaming. He stopped by on a delivery and tried to do damage control by implying it wasn't at this house we bought together, saying he was straight and It was just a jobuddy experience when straight or gay men jerk off next to each other watching pornography and nothing else. IDK what to believe. He told me at first he didn't do anything and he was too nervous. I later got out of him that he did in fact get naked with this guy and watched porn together, and only 5 minutes later did he get uncomfortable and stop. He found the buddy on a deleted Reddit account I haven't been able to find. I found a lot more on his computer, a gay friend finder account made June 23rd, clearly trying to find someone. I feel alone, and he keeps trying to explain to me that it's just a porn addiction, and it led him to be more curious. I've been broken since. He keeps telling me he's not gay, but I don't know what to think. I'm 24 weeks pregnant and this was last Friday he did this. I feel lost. My brain can't compute this due to me being in shock. I'm just in shock. Too long. Didn't read. Husband invited someone over when I wasn't home to jobuddy with him, he claims. He never ever told me he was gay. I'm 24 weeks pregnant with his child. Competitive _emu 3417 says, I'm sorry. I hope you do the right thing and leave. For the sake of you and your baby. There's so many red flags from this post and your previous one. He's toxic. He's homophobic, a liar, a cheater, a control freak. The list goes on. You deserve better, and you can find better out there. Langdon 444 says, Darling, your husband is a gay or bisexual man. He may have just started, I'm around with dudes, but the reality is that he's into them. He has so much animosity towards gay people because he hates the part of himself that is interested in men. He's projecting his self-hatred onto others, but over time he's slowly breaking down. Charlie Cat _Bnum says, Girl, I leave. This will not get better. Go to your parents. Alien _Syav _Narks says, You knowingly married a homophobe. He turned out to be on the down low. I don't feel sorry for you even one bit. Women like you that support oppressive bigoted men and give them children have no sympathy from me. Minalthus says, It doesn't matter if he's gay or straight. The issue here is he's a filthy cheater and a hypocritical homophobe to top it off. There's no reason for you not to give him the boot, especially after that unconvincing lies. Tasty _donut _90-26 says, Really the main thing you need to take away from this is he's a cheater and a liar. Even if his jobuddy story was true, he's gone to do a sexual act with someone outside of your marriage, kept it hidden and then lied. He may be struggling with his sexuality or not, he may have been lying the whole time, but he should have spoken to you about that. As a Branamadrob says, You sound homophobic and jealous. Will Weird 2121 says, WTF is up with all the biphobic rage bait on Reddit lately? This is a trope put scenario. Blackout Meat Kitten says, They humped. Kick him out. Get tested for STDs. File for child support. Tire Red Faces says, Did you not get enough comments on your last post about him warning you that he's terrible? Appropriate _pressure says, Even though he said he hated gays, so you married a bad person and you're shocked that they're a bad person? Closeted men are notoriously homophobic. A man that is squared up with both his sexuality and with God won't feel a need to worry about gay people or have an opinion on them. I'd say that if religion is important to you, that you try to choose more carefully next time and try to find someone who has love in their hearts rather than a deep-seated need to be hateful. There's always a reason for it, and this was his. And yes, they, edition. They did not just watch porn. You aren't stupid. Also, that was my first time, could just be him being coy with his sexual partners. You're assuming that he was being truthful in that message. He's willing to lie to you. Do you not think he's willing to lie to a total stranger? If someone is getting to the point where they're inviting a stranger to their home rather than meeting up somewhere else, that suggests to me that this is not his first time. Hate to say this, but since weird things happen during breakups, let me just put this out there, do. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.